Hi everyone, I'm Suzanne. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, I am going to share with you my final haul for our upcoming school year. So in this haul, I have the remainder of the books that I referenced in my first big book haul. We're doing literature-based curriculum this year. Not all of them, but a couple of primary ones. So that required a lot of books, which we're really excited about. And I will link the first video that I did up above and leave it in the description below. But I wanted to share with you the remainder of the books that I have for this upcoming school year, as well as a couple of other things I picked up like games and so forth. And I always get thirsty, so I thought I'd try this. Let's make sure I don't knock it over, shall we? And I just thought this was the cutest mug. Isn't it adorable? All right, first off, this is for our geography. Now, this is a tiny book that is called Geography from A to Z, a Picture Glossary by Jack Knowlton. And this can be for really young ages, up to my daughter's going into grade 4. And I just really loved the way that they explained all the terms that we're using when referring to geography. I thought it was a great resource just to keep on the shelf. And it's a light read, so it doesn't feel too textbooky. And this book is for our Harry Potter study. And this is the Children's Book of Mythical Beasts and Magical Monsters. And I think this was on the book list for Build Your Library, Harry Potter Unit Study. And if you're interested in seeing more about the curriculum I'll be using, I'll leave some video links down below. There's one there where I really, look at that. I did a comparison study of the curriculum I'll be using this year too. So there's lots of information on all that if you haven't seen them already. But yeah, this is gorgeous. So this is another DK book. And oh my goodness. So I don't think I'm alone in this as a homeschool mom. I absolutely love DK books. And this is another fantastic one. And I have to say, this is one that my daughter picked up as soon as she saw it come in the mail. So I can't wait. She's really excited about this school year. And she wasn't last year, but this year she's really excited. So that feels good. All right, we're doing Norse mythology. And I wanted to pick up a child's introduction to Norse mythology because I really love these child's introduction series. I also picked up Delaire's Book of Norse Myths. But I like to go through this. The layout is really simple and I find it different. And I know last year when we were revisiting Greek mythology, because some of it Vivian couldn't remember from when she was younger, like the details per se. She remembered that she loved it, but she couldn't remember the details. I found that doing both Delaire's as well as using the child's introduction to the Greek mythology was very helpful in terms of remembering who people were. As part of our Harry Potter study, we are doing astronomy is part of our science, and that's part of the science curriculum. And I just thought this was really fun. It's a constellations activity book. I just saw this on Amazon. I like to have some things that Vivian can do a little hands-on with besides coloring that she can work on and enjoy while I'm reading to her. Thought that might be the perfect one. Okay, and I just couldn't resist this book. So this is the No-Nonsense Guide to Grammar, an awesomely fun guide to the way we use words. Now this is a series. They have some other ones, like they have one, the No-Nonsense one for finances. I'm really excited to get that. I suggested my library purchase that book, and they approved that suggestion. So I'm just waiting for them to order that in and to get my hands on that one as well. And I think that's a great idea if you're homeschooling and your library doesn't have a book you're interested in. They have a great, at least our public library does. Our library has a great place for you to make suggestions, and I find they're very responsive, especially to new titles. And yeah, so I do that quite a bit actually, because if you watch my channel, you see that we do a lot of book hauls. I absolutely love books. But there is a limit to budgets, of course, and to space. So sometimes I really want them on our shelves, and other times if I can get them via another means, I will do that. Anyway, I do want to mention, like, I'm just going to show you the inside because now I discovered this book from the Mama Librarian site. She does a lot of library hauls, which I really love. I've gotten a lot of titles from her hauls, and I'll link her down below. You should check out her channel. And yeah, definitely check her out. And I keep saying I'm going to do library hauls. I think I even filmed one time and never did edit it. So I don't know if that's something that interests you. Let me know down below. I know I certainly enjoy watching everybody else's, so maybe that's my answer. But please let me know down below. Okay, we are doing an Africa study as part of our geography study. Now, originally when we decided on our curriculum for the upcoming school year, we had decided to use one piece of geography curriculum. If you saw my video last week where I mentioned the changes we're making, one of the changes that we made is we're going to study Africa this year. So we have a few Africa resources, but I wanted to pick up this Draw Africa. Now I've been an easy step-by-step approach. Now I've been looking at these for a long time, and I just thought, well, we're doing that on our own anyway. And then I saw some clips of some other kids and how excited they were to use this. When we were doing our map work last year, I found my daughter get to a point where I was giving her blank maps and she would just write in or color in the countries that she knew. And she got tired of that and she wanted to draw the map herself. So she was really excited when she saw this and she saw the little video of the other kids doing it as well. So I picked this up. This is Draw Africa. And she has really, so they're adding like one country. Once you get used to drawing the rest of them, you add another country and so forth. And she gives little hints too. So just to give you an example, this says the final blob, this one will contain 7 countries. We'll call this the Southern Blob. So she has cute little notes all the way through. And I now really wish I had to pick one up for Canada as well. And I might still do that. I'm kind of waffling because I am in Canada. I just found these a little bit pricey. I felt that they were pricey. They were almost $30. You know, I think that's a bit pricey for what it is. If it was $20, I would buy the Canada one for sure. I'm just being honest. So I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not. We'll see if that shows up in a future haul. Now this is one we are doing for a year in the 100-acre wood study that we're doing this year, and that's going to be part of our morning basket, so really excited about that. Now I did a video earlier this year where I showed a whole bunch of books, beautiful books about trees, and we have quite a few in our own home library as well. In that video I had shown this book. I had borrowed it from the library, but I absolutely loved it and I really wanted it in our collection. So when I saw it on the book list for the a year in the 100-acre wood, I decided, okay, that's it. I really want to add it. So here it is. And if you wanted to do a study on trees, I mean, definitely check out my video that I did because there's a whole bunch of books in there and you can really get a look inside because it's a flip inside and see what books are of most interest to you. But if you wanted to just get one, this would be it. This could be it for sure. But again, it depends on like if you like artwork, what type of artwork you like, because I showed some other ones in that video that are absolutely, the illustrations are gorgeous, like almost like artwork or paintings, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Beautiful, colorful illustrations, which is what I love. Okay, I think I'll continue on with, here's another book that I picked up for that same study, a year in the 100-acre wood. And I love this. This is called A Natural World, and it's a visual compendium of wonders from nature. And it also includes a wall poster. Now, I wasn't sure I was going to purchase this. I got it out of my public library first and had a look at it and decided I absolutely loved it. I really didn't want the pressure of having to return it. And oh my gosh, I love this. It has 3 of them, which is perfect because we're always using flags because we're always referring to multiple pages in books. And it has 3, so you can mark 3 different spots. But look, Living things, okay, movement, living things, movement, reproduction, response, nutrition, can't see, respiration, excretion, growth. The living world, what is a habitat? I'm just gonna, yeah. Like, look at that! Surprising penguins. Oh, look, it even has their footprints. Oh my gosh, today is so humid. Ooh. My hair is frizzen. Anyway, I thought it would be cool enough to make this video today. The last couple I've made, I've been just, yeah, it's been pretty hot. All right, there. So we'll use that for our owl study this year. I really want to sit down and have a look at these myself and just spend an evening just perusing all these books so I have a really good idea when walking into the school year, what's there. Luckily, when you're using the type of curriculum that I am using, they refer you to certain pages and on what day. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out, which is what I absolutely love about those studies, is you get to use gorgeous books and they do all the footwork for you, which is lovely. And a lot of times they know about way more books than I have time to research, and they do a lot of the footwork, which again, I'm so happy for. And I also picked up Africa Amazing Africa, country by country. And I'm doing a little study that has a list of books, and they've suggested some for the spine. And this is one I wanted to add to our library. I know there's a couple other ones that I've already had out from the library before, and I know once we read them once, I will never reference them again. So I'm just going to get them from the library. But I love this because it breaks up, it's really colorful, and it breaks it up by country. So it gives you some fun information, and this will be just enough, I think, to introduce different countries to Vivian. So we're not going to go through all 54 countries in Africa. We're definitely going to go mention them. She'll be doing the map work and all that sort of thing, but we'll go into detail for some countries and not others. This will help us add some additional countries in there without a big full-scale study. And then we have African religions. How they've broken up this book is by Southern Africa, East Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, and North Africa. And that's how I've decided to study Africa. So I really wanted this. I think it's absolutely perfect for what we intend to do with our Africa study. And it will be one of the spines that we use. Yeah, look how colorful it is. It's just so beautiful. Happy to add this one to the collection for sure. Now, the last book that I have of this type to show you is, this is another DK book, and this is used. I've been trying to hunt down this book with a CD. So when it was originally published, which you can't buy it new any longer, it's called Children's Book of Music, An Introduction to the World's Most Amazing Music and Its Creators. And it's supposed to include a CD with 1 full hour of musical highlights. And I think I did mention in the other video, or I don't know, one of my previous videos in the last couple weeks, that I did have a book coming because I wanted to study music with Vivian, and I really wanted a book that had this outline of music through history. And yeah, so one of the things that I came across with buying this used on Amazon, which is where I ended up getting it, was I contacted a couple of the sellers listed on Amazon to ask them if they had a CD included with this book. Both of them replied that they didn't house the books where they were located, so they couldn't actually check to see if a CD was included, but that they would, I think one of them mentioned they'd reimburse me if it was not what I was looking for. And basically Thrift Books said the same thing as well. So I took a risk, I ordered it, and it did not come with a CD. Now, I just ordered one from Thrift Books that said it came with a CD, but that doesn't necessarily mean from their description that there's a CD included with the book. It's that it originally was. That's how it was explained to me. They used the original description. So I'm going to try it one more time, but, I was hoping maybe on YouTube they had the CD. Sometimes you can access things like that online. Can't find it anywhere. So that's really disappointing because this was the book I found that fit the best for what I wanted to do. So I'll give you the contents. It has early music like 50,000 BCE to 1600. Then we have classical music. And then we have modern music, 1900s to now. And it's written for children. So I came across other books that really had a lot of musical history. But it wasn't written like in this format. Like DK is so fantastic with their fiction books or nonfiction books for kids. I was really hoping that this could be the one. I was so excited to discover it existed at all. Anyway, if you have thoughts or any suggestions on how I could possibly get that CD. Anyway, yeah. So I think the book is great and I might use it anyways and then cobble together my own music. And, you know, I know that I'm perfectly capable of doing that, but there comes a point where there's too much of that in the run of a day, like too much or in planning, that it's nice when you can just press a button and it plays, that you don't have to figure everything out because there's only so many hours in the day. And if you've seen our curriculum for the upcoming school year, there's quite a few things that we want to do. And well, that I want to do with Vivian. And also we have a lot of outside activities as well. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just ordered another little book from Amazon to do with music. So maybe I'll just go a totally different route. I'm not sure. I originally thought that I was going to do a classical study of music with Vivian. And I did purchase like a PDF curriculum from A Beautiful Feet. And I was very excited when I found that. I thought that was going to be fantastic. What I didn't realize when I purchased the curriculum was how much you had to purchase to go along with that. I mean, Beautiful Feet is a literature-based curriculum, which is why I went there in the first place, because I appreciate that. However, I am in Canada, like I said, and so there's certain cases where that makes a huge difference. And that was one of them because you had to buy all these CDs and to play their music. Yeah, and the cost was very prohibitive to have all that stuff sent to Canada. So again, I might use that curriculum at some point and cobble together my own stuff, but I don't feel very excited about that. So we'll see. I have so much else going on that if it becomes something I really want, I might make that happen. But anyway, I'm really roasting here and I'm glad this tea cooled off by the time I sat down. All right, I'm going to show you something, break this up a little bit and show you something I bought totally for fun. Now, I looked at this book before. It's gorgeous. This is the Unicorn Handbook. And this is a spellbinding collection of literature, lore, art, recipes, and projects by Carolyn Turgeon. And I admit, I bought this. It was on sale, like in the clearance at Chapters for $10. So as soon as I saw that, I scooped it up and put it in my chart. Look, it has the gold leaf on the outside. It just has so many different things. My daughter and I already sat down and flipped through this. She was interested in the fashion piece the most. Anyways, I just thought that it was very beautiful and whimsical. And like I've said, we're having a magical year. So I grabbed that. Has absolutely nothing to do with homeschool in the sense of curriculum or literature based curriculum or anything. I just wanted to share it because it was so fun to find it. Okay, I'm going to show you quickly the games. I think I'm getting a little long-winded here. So I picked this up because I saw this on Jessica at the Waldorf Way mentioned this game for math. And so this is called Edsumudi. I don't know if I'm saying that properly. I haven't played this yet. Vivian played it with her dad. And they seem to have a different experience than Jessica was talking about. So I need to sit down and read the directions for this a bit. Anyway, we'll see how that... Anyway, we'll see how that goes. Okay, I bought 2 board games. And of course wanted to buy many, many more. But these are the 2 that I have for now. This is Ticket to Ride Europe. So we have Ticket to Ride New York and we have Ticket to Ride for beginners. Yeah, it's called First Journey and we absolutely love it. Now, what's my understanding that you need to have this one and then you can get add-ons. I'm not sure how the add-ons work, But I mentioned that because I'd like to get the Africa one for our Africa study. But we're not doing that till after Christmas. So that could be a game that ends up under the Christmas tree. Anyway, we played this already a couple times and I love all the Ticket to Rides. They're a lot of fun. Now, this is the one that I got for my birthday that I requested. This is called Wingspan, and we've done a fair amount of bird study in our house. I just thought this would be a fun addition. I can't even remember if we played this or if we just put it together. Wow, that's a bad memory. There's a lot of little pieces. Oh yeah, we did. Okay. So yeah, we played this one time so far and I liked it. There's a lot of little pieces. It becomes fairly intricate, but not too hard to understand. You just have to have patience when you're reading the directions. I say that because I don't always have patience. That's when I call Vivian's dad into the room and say, please read these. And he's really good with that. So anyway, so far we really liked it and I'm glad we added it in, because it gives you the opportunity to learn more about birds, which I love. All right. I also picked up this one. It's called Once Upon a Word Origin Dictionary, and that's for kids. And it's building vocabulary through etymology, definitions, and stories. So we are studying, for part of our language arts this year, we are studying Greek and Latin root words. But I just thought the layout of this was kind of fun. And we'll see how that goes. Vivian wasn't excited by this one as much as I was. But I think the way that a lot of them are written, it's written for kids, so it's fun. I think she'll actually, once I do, I haven't figured out how I'm going to use it yet. I'm thinking I just might add in one a day, like maybe into our morning basket or part of our language arts study every day. I always say we'll put it in our morning basket, and then our morning basket just ends up like way too long. So I'm just going to say it now as I'm thinking out loud to you. Yeah, I'll make it part of our language arts schedule for the day. Just keep it like it can be a fun intro to starting language arts, or maybe we'll use it as an exit point. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to put it in the morning basket. We'll make it a part of our language arts. I picked up, this is from Core Knowledge. I wanted to pick up the What Your Fourth Grader Needs to Know. So I have the second year and third year, and I like the layout of these. They make it really easy to just pick up and start reading from them, which I appreciate. And they have it broken down by subject. Again, I also appreciate that. So they have language and literature, learning about language, geography and history, math, and science. Oh, and visual arts. I feel like I missed something here. Man, history, visual arts, music, mathematics. All right, okay. So, yeah. And if you look at the side, the subjects are color-coded. So if you can't remember what page you are, but you know you're in science, for example, go to green. And this year, it starts off with the human body. You know, these are really easy to read, really colorful, and I feel like it kind of fills in any holes that I might have missed. So I like the idea of that, and it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable with everything that we've finished. Now, I still haven't finished I still have some to read from grade 2 and grade 3. So I think I might, I don't know. Let me say that again. As you can tell, I haven't finished planning everything out. That's one of the upcoming videos. I'm actually running out of time here because I need to get on that. School is it starts in less than a week. I have been procrastinating that, not because I don't want to dive into it like in a big way. I do actually. It excites me a lot. It's that I also really love summer, and I've had a hard time letting go. Like even filming this today, I'm like so aware I could be outside and we could be swimming. But we must move on. Now, I picked this up. This is the Core Knowledge's Books to Build On, a grade-by-grade resource guide for parents and teachers. And I saw Jessica talking about that at the Waldorf Way. A book full of book lists and recommendations. I get really excited by that. So I was like, I'm getting that. And I never really paid much attention. I just ordered it. when I ordered the 4th grade, What Your 4th Grader Needs to Know. I'm saying that because I actually would not recommend buying this. And now that I'm saying that, maybe I should return it. The reason I say that is because the books listed in here are old. This is a copyright 1996, I think it was. And that's the part where I didn't look and do my due diligence on what I was purchasing. My goodness, I have to say, I think I have a habit of that kind of thing. I just get so excited. Yeah, I can't find it right now. Anyway, it's older, and I was looking at books because they had a bunch of Africa books listed for grade 4. I thought, oh, that's wonderful and convenient. Most of the books I couldn't get unless I wanted to buy them used, and some of them they were so outdated that I wouldn't want to buy them even if I could get them down the road, pick them up down the road, you know, secondhand. I probably wouldn't want them. So, yeah, so I would not recommend actually purchasing this book. The final book I'm going to share is The Well-Trained Mind, A Guide to Classical Education at Home by Susan Weiss Bauer and Jessie Weiss. And if you've been in the homeschool circle for a while, this is not a new book to you. However, I really wanted to get this for our home library. And, you know, it's all about timing, because a couple years ago, I looked at this book and was not interested at all. I got it from the public library. I think I've had it out now like 3 times from the public library. And the first time I determined it was not of interest to me. I didn't want to kind of follow that path. And now a couple years later, where I could technically even be behind in what she's suggesting and the path that you follow, I am very receptive and open to what she is talking about in here. And obviously there are some things I am too late to do. You know, I can't go back and teach all that to Vivian and catch up on everything. But there's a lot in here for me to learn, I think, and there's so many resources, and I just need to shift my perspective, I think, on a couple things, and it will help. I could see when the last time I had it out over the summer that it could help. I really was itching to highlight some things and flag things. I'm like, I need this for my home library. And the great thing about this is it goes all the way up to high school, which reminds me, the other thing that I didn't register with this books to build on is it only goes to grade 6. So in terms of a resource for your shelf, it is limited in that respect as well. Now this one goes all the way up to grade 12. So I found it's extremely pricey actually, but look at it, it's a mammoth of a book. But it's chock full of resources, and this one is the 4th edition. This one is the 4th edition. So they also have updated lists. Yeah, so a resource that you can have on your shelf and can refer to like this in detail up until the 12th grade, like that is worth every penny. So it depends on the style that you want to be teaching. So right now, I was really excited for the upcoming school year. We're really embracing literature-based curriculum, and I think we've been doing that anyway, but this is a little more formal in that somebody else is designing it and doing a lot of the research on what books to use, which I fully appreciate, because although I've been doing a huge amount of unit studies this whole time, and if you've been watching me for the past couple of years, you know I love everything about unit studies, but when you do too many, it starts to get very overwhelming. And I felt that I was dropping the ball on some other things I really needed to, like math, for example. You know, it was exciting to do world studies, but I mean, math would kind of, we'll do math tomorrow, things like that, which is all about me and my lack of consistency probably. But I just realized there's a little bit too much going on that I need to scale it back and make sure I'm focusing on what the absolute basics, and then add in all this fun stuff. So I'm really challenging myself with that idea this year, because I do like the next, you know, shiny thing, as I say, like a squirrel. But beyond that, there's so many exciting things about the world, and you're curious about them, and so is my daughter. I love the idea of going down all the rabbit trails, and, you know, I still want to do that, but I need some way of reining myself in and reining the process in, because this year when I finished school year, I wasn't as happy with everything we had accomplished as I had been in previous years. And I realized, because it just felt, I just felt like we could homeschool for another 6 months on everything that we were doing. So yeah, I want my approach to be different this year. And if that interests you, I'm going to try to do a bit more vlogs and to talk about a bit more of this process. I started doing updates monthly last year, which was really helpful for me. And I believe it seemed to me that a lot of people watching these videos really appreciated them as well. So I'm going to continue doing that, but I might even intersperse it with even more throughout the next school year as I try to work through some of those, I don't want to say some of those challenges, my challenges with consistency, as well as trying to make the year as fun as I possibly can, which is the goal. My daughter's really excited because she thinks I'm going to do that as well. And I want to, but I need to make sure that I'm covering the basics. Anyway, that's long-winded. Again, I'm chatty in this video, but I'm hoping to do a bit more chatty videos and to let you guys know the process, because those are the videos I like from other people, and it helps me know I'm not alone as a homeschool mom, and it helps me kind of figure out what I maybe need to focus a little bit more on or give me some tips and tricks. So I'm hoping I can pass that along as well. And I think that's enough for me. If you want to comment on anything I just spieled, then please do. And I hope you join me on this new upcoming school year. If there's any books you're excited about this year or that you saw in this video, definitely let me know down below. And I will see you soon with another video.